Hi there, my name's John Harry. I'm the CEO and co-founder of StudyFast. And what StudyFast does is we teach entrepreneurs, students and teachers how to learn anything faster by delivering memory and speed reading training. Are you born an entrepreneur or can you learn to be an entrepreneur? I guess it's the same question as are you born an athlete or can you learn and become a top athlete? Are you born a speaker or can you train yourself up to be a top international speaker? And I would argue it's a balance between the two. You can be born with all these great qualities, great with people, great with money, great ideas, and the list goes on, what makes a good entrepreneur? That's another interview. I believe that you are born with entrepreneurial traits. You're born good looking or unattractive, and that also plays a role. So to answer the question, I believe entrepreneurs are born, but then what dictates their success, and if they can even start, is their socioeconomic surroundings. Fantastic question. Why did I start my business? I get asked this quite a lot, and it's really, really hard to kind of define the single moment where I was like, yep, that's the moment I decided to start StudyFast. If we work backwards, it started when I was 10. I used to have a speech impediment, which meant that pronouncing the words was difficult. And if anyone who's learning a language will know, if you can't pronounce the word, you don't know what it means. So you have to slow down. Nonetheless, I progressed, got over my speech impediment, and with time, I got to university. And at university, I find out that there's another problem, that we're not taught how to learn. And that's where I went on this self-discovery of how to learn more effectively. And that took me down speed reading and memory training. And I guess the final chapter was my friends were like, can you teach me? And that's when we started running sessions at university illegally. We just found rooms at the university, put it on Facebook saying, hey, come here, pay me £9, show up. And I think for our first workshop, we had 50 people. And the session was a nightmare in my eyes because it was 2 hours of me just talking, but everyone loved it. And it made me realize, okay, there's something here. What motivates me day to day to do what I do? Starting a business is harder. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's harder when you're older. Why? You have other commitments. When you're of younger age, 18, 20, you're either at university, living at home, and you don't have as many financial burdens. So you can pursue time and financial investment into your passion project or your business. So that was number one, was okay, I need to start now, because if it all goes wrong, I still have a roof over my head. I can still move back in with mum. I can't do that when I've got a wife and kids. And that comes on to my answer. That is, my motivation is my wife and kids. Now, before the interview continues, I don't have any wives, I don't have any kids. Like I said, wives, plural. I don't have a wife or kids that I know of. But I am preparing for the future. So that's what motivates me, is the aspiration to have autonomy over my time when I have a family. Damn, I'm about to give it away on camera. My company's secret sauce, what makes StudyFast so successful, or maybe not what makes it so successful, but what makes it so different compared to all the other speed reading memory training companies. I don't want to say myself, because that sounds very self-indulgent. I guess I'm gonna have to say that I believe anyone can start a speed reading memory training company. Like, you can just learn online. You can learn almost any skill now online. What makes it different is the person that runs and operates that business. I have a passion for it. Damn, I wish you prepared me with these questions. A Marvel character that describes my working style. I would say I'm like a Spider-Man, because Spider-Man, he has all these great powers. He's young in the most recent ones. And the way he acts, nothing really gets to him. Even when the world is coming to the end, even when my business potentially could go out of business, I'm so cool, there's another way. It's that childlike mentality of not being problem focused, but solution focused. Like, okay, this has happened, cool, what are we gonna do next? Okay, so Jordan's top tips to starting a business. Number one is find yourself a mentor. Get close to the sun. Don't look for a mentor who's in your local area. Look for a mentor who's up there, who's almost so far out of reach, it almost seems impossible. Number two is work for free. Now, I don't mean work for free for years. Financially, look at how long could you sustain working for free for someone. And that might be for a couple of weeks. It might be for a couple of months. I'm not gonna say no to free work. I don't think there's many people that say no to free work. And so my third tip is once you've found your son, once you've found your mentor, number two, you've reached out to them and you've asked to work for free. Is number three, doing the right thing is always the right thing. So please, 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 when you are in that position, touch wood, wherever there is wood, it's on the floor, touch wood, that you do get the opportunity to work for that person for free. Please don't expect to receive something. Giving, expecting to receive, is the quickest way to lose. You might get the short-term gains, don't worry, you definitely will. You might get paid, but you won't get the long-term gains, AKA leverage. Thank you, Viable, for having me feature on this content, and it's my absolute pleasure to introduce Study Fast. So since 2015, we've been creating memory, speed reading, and public speaking training to educational institutes and corporates, not just offline, but also online courses as well. And you can find that at studyfast.uk. Now, of course, when we started out, it was just myself, and we've now grown to a team where we have over 6 employees, other instructors who are just as good as myself, and we've taught over 10,000 people from 147 beautiful countries, all with the help of technology. We've worked with massive clients from the University of Bath to Eton College, and now even featured in the BBC and the Metro. But all this has come not just from myself, but from a team that have got the skills that I don't have. So if you want to know how to read faster, remember more, or even start your own business, be sure to reach out to me. Remember what I said, if you don't ask, you don't get. And you can follow me on Instagram at Jordan Harry with 2 N's and 2 Y's.